Hi guys, and welcome to the Modern Alchemist Channel, and this is Alchemy Journal. And this year, Alchemy Journal is going to be where I try to keep you up to date on all the stuff that's going on here at the Modern Alchemist Channel and all the stuff that I'm trying to do in the community. So, first off, happy 2016. I would have done this a little bit sooner, but I was a bit under the weather. You can hear I'm still a little bit congested. I did the recording for my trailer because I wanted to get that out sooner than later, but I might sound a little bit too whispery. Y'all should let me know in the comment section. Be nice. I do plan on reshooting that one because a friend of mine in Spain has offered to do translations into Spanish. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to get those. And so then we'll have it subtitled in Spanish for the Spanish-speaking community. And definitely want to reach out to as many people as we can. This is the reason for this is just exciting stuff. It's knowledge, and when we get to the point where I'm telling you what I plan to do for this next year, you'll see why I'm so excited. But for 2016, and this is pretty much a kind of an astrological bit of advice as I'm looking at the positionality of the planets and the tensions involved. 2016 is definitely the year that you want to actualize all of the work that you've been building throughout 2015. So this is a year of creation, where 2015 was kind of your plowing of the field, the laying of the bedrock, the initial preparations. This is the year where everything that you've been planting and expecting to grow will grow, and that's for everyone. So get excited. This is a big year. It's interesting, you know, across my news feed, not that I actually follow the person that I'm going to mention, but David Icke apparently in 2012 or 2011 had made some kind of prediction that 2016 was going to be an awesome year, a year of enlightenment and whatnot. And I'd have to agree. I definitely would. When you understand the certain tensions and planetary electromagnetic forces which are going on and to be expected to be encountered, you can definitely feel there's going to be a lot of energy in the positive. So I'm excited for that. So, in keeping with that, I'm going to offer some new services here at the Modern Alchemist Channel, and I'm really kind of excited about it. I've recently learned how to do a live broadcast. Now, I've actually not done a live broadcast yet, but what I'd like to do is hold what I call office hours with the Modern Alchemist. And so once a week, I'd like to set an hour, maybe an hour and a half aside, where I'll have a live broadcast, and it might just be a half an hour. We'll see what the interest level is there. I'll bring something to the table where a topic that we can discuss, and then of course with the comments section, as it flows up, definitely you can ask questions. And then I will answer them right there. If I possibly can, I'll definitely answer the questions. Serious questions, of course, right? But this is a chance to just kind of have access to me real time, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and what's really cool is that my phone is able to do it as well. So I'm really grateful for that, because that means I can kind of do this on the fly if I want to, which could be really exciting. I was joking with my family the other day. I was like, wow, this is so cool. If an actual alien spaceship comes down, I'll be the one who can report this live on YouTube. So it'll be cool. I'm really excited for it. Of course, I've got a whole stack of Ask an Alchemist questions that I have to get to, and so I might line them up and just kind of do them to get them out of the way, because they've sort of piled up over the holidays, and I apologize for that. But I'll definitely be getting to those soon. Now, my plans, pardon me, my plans for 2016. So my short-term plans are, I would like to find a place, a small office space perhaps in town, perhaps large enough to seat 20 plus people, where I could hold workshops or maybe small classes. I'm still looking around for this. Currently, I'm actually working with a partnership with the Timberline Regional Library System, so that I can offer classes through the various libraries around the South Puget Sound area. So I'm really excited about that. The application process is a bit intensive, and time-wise, in other words, because they're very busy people there, and surprisingly, there's a lot of people who have a lot of stuff they'd like to teach. So they're actually quite loaded up. I'm also looking at parks and recreation and any other areas where I can just kind of gather a group of people and go ahead and go for instruction. And I'm also available should some people would like to approach me. Reach me right here at the Modern Alchemist Channel at gmail.com with any inquiries. I'm definitely amenable to speaking in large groups. I have a lot of experience with that, so I have no problem with large groups. Definitely, I'm more than willing to share what I've learned and discovered and deciphered. It's all very positive, all very exciting, and it definitely gives you a handle on things as you see them. Things aren't quite so confusing. Ultimately, my long-term plans, I'd like to see this develop into kind of a serious school for esoterically minded people in the community. Kind of a place where there would be an interdisciplinary approach, where it wouldn't just be advantageous to have that ethos, but actually that would be the directive, that we would want to have an interdisciplinary approach. So this means that people from all walks of life would be highly valued for their skills and perspectives. Scientists and engineers, linguists and mathematicians, theologians and philosophers, archaeologists and historians, and everybody in between. It will bring all this knowledge together and acquire synthesis. We just need it. We're starving. Every time I go online and I look for what I'm wanting to offer, it's not there. So, and I know that there's definitely more people out there who want to really decipher this stuff, really crack this nut, really approach it from a level that is both of the intellect and of the spirit. Recognizing that there is a union between these two, and that's okay. That's all right, that a union between the intellect and the spirit is entirely appropriate and should be sought after. So, okay, let's talk about classes. So, like I mentioned before, 2016 is a year where we are able to bring into fruition all the stuff that we've planted, all the stuff we built. And so, as part of that, I'm going to be sharing all the stuff, much of the stuff rather, that I've learned over the last 25 years, but especially the material that's just gelled together in the last 5 years. It's just literally in the last 5 years, this stuff just pounded together into one complete whole, like a big Tetris puzzle, where just I'd pop a piece in and then suddenly the entire thing just collapsed, and I was like, wow, there's the picture right there. There it is. And as a result of this, I've developed this material. So, the first thing we're going to talk about next year. Last year we left off discussing astrology in brief in Class 8, and we're going to build on that, and we're going to develop that into astrotheology, where we're not looking at astrology as a predictive method of divination. Daily, weekly, or otherwise. We're actually using astrology, or rather astrotheological archetypes and their relationships and their narratives to uncover and decipher our story, our history, our personal narrative. And this will be employing tools and skills which are readily available. And by that I mean that these are readily practiced and in the open. And Kabbalah, it's taught in Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, every faith which gives you a dualistic perspective and teaches you to somehow or another marry the opposition of furies, as Taoism might say. To marry these, to unify these, and recognize that order and chaos are simply contextualized largely by your perspective and where you're standing at the time. So And a lot of this, what we've been taught about, has largely been misrepresented or distorted over time, over centuries, due to superstition or just lack of understanding. And so we're going to work on this. As a part of that, for those of you out there who are scriptorians, we're going to, I'll have a class called The Old Testament Unlocked with the Saturn Key. And so what we're going to do is, wow, my voice is getting terrible. So what we're going to do is use the Saturn Key. This is this tool that I've developed, a recognition of the players within astrotheological concepts and terms, and then applying that to the Old Testament and seeing what it reveals, what it unlocks. When you do this, it will open up, if you have faith in these scriptures, it will open it up in entirely new terms, which make them more accessible. And if you don't, you'll have an entirely new appreciation at the level and degree to which this material has been encoded and preserved. All right. Following that, I'd like to teach a class on the tarot, 32 Paths Towards Exaltation and Enlightenment. And here we'll combine our knowledge of all that we've learned previously into kind of a common synthesis, which is the tarot. We'll discuss the tarot and what it actually is, and also how it's used, both as a meditation, a method of meditation, and a method of divination. Okay. After the tarot, I'd like to have a class on remote viewing, seeing the world without time. Here, I will share with you the techniques that I have learned and developed to gain access to what are known as the Akashic Records, or the soul well of humanity. This is some pretty heavy stuff, and it will benefit any participant to be well grounded in all of the material that precedes this, because the stuff that we talk about from that point forward is going to rely on the fact that you have access to certain symbolic archetypes and methods of thinking, without which you really can't gain access to these altered states of consciousness. Following this, we'll have a class discussion on Kabbalah and core symbolism, and I might actually throw that in front of the other class. I haven't really decided, but this is all for 2016. This is the entire year kind of laid out. And finally, I would like to have fringe thinking with the Modern Alchemist, and this is where we're going to get to the, kind of in the outer limits. This is where we get kind of out there. The material on its face may seem pretty extraordinary, but when it's given a second look within a given context, kind of like those 3D images, where you have to relax your eyes to see it, and then it pops right out. This stuff too, when you kind of relax a little bit and allow your mind to absorb it, often will pop right out into a specific relief that is astonishing. Here we're going to discuss everything from UFOs and alien contacts to beings of greater consciousness or extra-dimensional beings and everything else, really. I mean, this is kind of like my X-Files of the Alchemy Channel. I really, you'd be surprised. All of it is very exciting, and all of it is part of our conscious experience, and so it's something that it warrants discussion on a channel that deals primarily with consciousness. All right, so that's it. That's 2016 so far. This is your update. And I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist. If you guys have anything you'd like to discuss, put it in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because it keeps me going. It really does. I have to thank all of you globally. Phenomenal support. Really positive message from everyone so far. It's been really awesome. You guys are great. Because you're great, I want to keep doing this. Like it makes it worth it. Because when you've discovered something that's beautiful, something that is rich and extraordinary, you want to share it. And that's what I'm doing. All right, I'll talk to you later.